you to Desire for the opportunity to speak to every one of you today and to share my story to impact the lives of young people once again, and for the beautiful things that you're doing at TIDNetic. Really amazing things. I'll be talking to you on youth and purpose, productivity, leadership in an innovation era. All right, so let me go on. What many young people would usually think these days is that the future is in the future, right? You hear people say, oh, let tomorrow take care of itself. But the truth of the matter is, tomorrow does not take care of itself. Tomorrow, or the future, is actually built by the things that you do from today. It's built by the actions that you take from today, by the routines that you form, the habits that you form from today. So that future that you have always wanted, those beautiful dreams that you have always had in your heart, would only come to life if you're able to put in efforts, if you're able to do things that would form them from today. So your habits, your routines, the conversations that you have, the friends that you in fact have are what is shaping your future. That tomorrow that you have always said, or those beautiful dreams that you have always had. So I'm going to be sharing with you 5 important things that you should know when it comes to productivity, when it comes to leadership in this era that we have. We call it the innovation era because technology innovation is ever evolving. So number 1, which is very important, is finding your identity. I discovered who I am a long time ago. I know who I am in Christ a long time ago. Now I'm a Christian and I'm not apologetic about it. I say it all the time because it is through my Christianity that I've been able to understand my identity. I've been able to understand who I was called to be. And so I cannot exactly be like anybody else. So even when I see the beautiful things that every other person is doing, it doesn't exactly affect it because I know who I am. I know who I was called to be. So I cannot do things the way other people are doing it. Now, in leadership, in discovering your purpose, in even being productive, one of the first things you must identify is who you are. And then it leads me to my next point, which is clarity. Know where you're going. Very, very important. So I said my number 1 is identity. Know who you are. Number 2 is know where you're going. People would usually say that, oh, start. And when you start, every other thing would figure itself out. No, it's not true. The process can figure itself out, but the destination cannot. So even though you may not necessarily know the process may not exactly be clear to you, the destination must be clear. So before you begin anything, you must know where you're going. You must know where the destination is. One of my mentors would usually say something that clarity speeds up success. That is, when you're clear on where you're going, success is easy. When you're clear on where you're going, success is a lot more faster. I'm trying to move very fast because I know I have very limited time. So I'll just go to my 3rd point. I have 5 points to give before I round up. My 3rd point is discipline. When you start to finish. I think I should just go over it again. I said identity, know who you are. I said clarity, know where you're going. Then discipline, when you start to finish. Now my 4th point, rather, adaptability, right? Moving with the ever-evolving trends. Now technology is evolving in the world that we are in right now. The world is changing very fast. The skills that matter today may not necessarily be the skills that matter tomorrow. That's how, as a leader, never be rigid. Always be flexible enough to be able to adapt new trends, adapt new methods, but always also remember that your values must not change, right? So that the trends are evolving, that technology is evolving, that the world is fast changing, doesn't necessarily mean that your values must change. Right, so let me move to my final point, which is taking responsibility. As a leader, it's very much important that you take responsibility. In fact, if you do not take responsibility, then you're not considered a leader. Think about the solution. Be the innovator. I think that's my message to you today. Be the innovator. Don't just be the one talking about innovations. Don't talk about problems. Bring up solutions. Devise methods that people can use as solutions. So it's important that you make up your mind today that you're not just going to be you're not just going to be productive, because a lot of people have misdefined productivity. Productivity is not, just ticking off your to-do list, just doing many things in a short period of time. No, productivity is actually being able to do the things that align to the dreams and the future that you have thought of for yourself. That is productivity. So if what you're doing right now, no matter how much time you spend on it, imagine you're spending 4 hours, 5 hours on a particular thing. If it's not in alignment with the purpose and the plans that God has for you and you have for yourself, then you're wasting your
Initiative.
time.
So today I'll be speaking briefly about our work. SmartAid was founded in 2017, and we got registered in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic, where we are advancing education, gender equity, and digital innovation and civic empowerment in underserved communities. So far, we've supported 14,000 plus people, and majorly our work is focused on women, girls, young people in underserved communities, and persons with disability in Nigeria. Northern Nigeria, to be precise. And most of our approach and how we work are human-centered innovation plus grassroots leadership. So what we do is we ensure that we don't just work for this grassroots or underserved communities. We ensure we work for them in such a way that they are able to take up the ownership of most of the project we do for continuity and sustainability purposes. So I'm going to share a problem. This is just basically my story where I want to share with you guys. Mostly it has been a challenge in northern Nigeria, where we notice that young women and educators are being left behind in terms of in this digital era. And there's this barrier in terms of, they do not have access to most of these digital tools. They do not even know how to use the artificial intelligence tools we have. And there's a wide gap around innovation, creativity, and even accessibility. This is where we need to focus on, and this is where we are designing our program. So this actually led to a challenge for us to sit down to come up with an idea. And then we drafted the equal test proposal, where we call it the Tech Ethics Solutions, a transformative capacity building and awareness program, which is currently ongoing. It's been funded by Luminate and supported by Hadis Foundation here in Nigeria. And we're starting with Kaduna State, where we are empowering educators, universities, educators, that's teachers at secondary school level, and young people in Kaduna State with knowledge of AI tools to use artificial intelligence, how to use artificial intelligence responsibly and ethically. Because the other segment of the equal test is the Edura AI assistant for educators. So currently, we are building collectively with these teachers, because during the capacity building, we are getting their feedbacks on this AI assistant. And the Edura is a chatbot assistant where it's designed for them, the educators and teachers. It will serve as a smart assistant that saves time, boosts productivity, and keeps them updated with the latest teaching trends.
So I am Farah Gul Rahuja. I am from Pakistan. As Alicia already told you that I am a co-founder of an initiative called PakGPT, and I'm also artificial intelligence trainer, and I'm national director of artificial intelligence hackathons at Aspire Pakistan. So all of you must know about artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is a technology that mimics human intelligence. So whatever human do, if it is done by machine or computer, then it's artificial intelligence. And today I'm going to discuss artificial intelligence for social good and breaking barriers with technology and inclusion. I am going to share my experience with all of you guys, that how I used artificial intelligence for social good and break barriers with technology and inclusion. So it encourages you guys, if I can do it, you can also do it. So first of all, I'm going to tell you a little about my background and how I did all this. So I belong from region where access to education and technology is very limited, and where the idea of a girl stepping into leadership is often met with skepticism. But I always wanted to be an example for them that a girl can lead and she can create a positive and meaningful impact in a society. So growing up, I saw how difficult it is for people, especially women and rural youth to access even basic information. Because in rural Pakistan, I think just like Africa and rural Africa, millions of people are digitally excluded because internet is often limited to 2G, or most tools, digital tools, do not support local languages, and worst of all, girls are often left behind. So this motivated me to build something for them and to do something for them, because I think artificial intelligence should not be used for privileged, it should be used for those who need it the most. So I created a project called PakGPT. It's artificial intelligence conversational model, because I'm with slides and everything. So yeah. Anyways, so I created a project called PakGPT. It's artificial intelligence conversational model, and it is especially designed for people who have been traditionally left out of digital technologies, to ensure that no one is left behind just because their internet is slow or their language is different. So this project at Park GPT, you can also create Africa GPT. Literally anyone can create it. You just need right tools, right guidance, right mentorship, and literally you can also make Africa not Chat GPT, Africa GPT. So I created Park GPT. It's artificial intelligence conversational model, and it can communicate in local languages of Pakistan like Urdu, Sindhi, Pashto, and also it can work on low bandwidth connection, or it can work on limited internet or no internet at all. It can give you information about education, health, climate in your local languages, and you can also search it on Google. You just write parkgpt.info on Google, and you can find every information about ParkGPT there. Also, because of all of this work, because of ParkGPT, because of my hackathons, and because of everything, I got two global recognitions just in 6 months. In 2024, I was recognized as Global Youth Leader in Artificial Intelligence Innovations at World Internet Conference China, and in 2025, my project was selected as Global Excellence Action Award, top 10 out of 200 global entries. So the main purpose of telling all of you this is that if I can do it, if I can create a project related to artificial intelligence for social good, and if I can represent my country on international platforms, you can also do it. So, and to be very honest, it's not easy in my country to introduce ParkGPT. I went door to door to encourage families to let their daughters use technology, use ParkGPT, and the impact was real. Girls started launching small businesses using the advice of ParkGPT, and also the rural youth started learning digital skills using the advices of ParkGPT. And my dream is only one, to expand ParkGPT to other developing countries. If any of you is interested in my project and they want to do partnership, I can give you, free trainings and tell you about how I made it and how you can also make it for for from wherever you belong, just for social inclusion, and how you can use AI for social good. And apart from this, my dream is to empower other girls like me, who just, and boys too, who just want someone to believe in them and to create something. And yeah, so this is it. Thank you so much, Desire and Alicia. Thank you so much.